Most gardeners struggle with the same problem season after season: soil that seems exhausted, plants that demand more fertilizer, and yields that never quite match the effort put in. But what if the secret to doubling your harvests wasn't a new chemical fertilizer or an expensive machine, but a centuries-old method perfected by the Amish? Their approach to crop rotation doesn't just feed the plants, it transforms the soil into a living system that restores itself naturally. And the best part? Anyone can use this system at home, from small backyard plots to larger gardens. Why Amish rotation works better than modern shortcuts. Modern agriculture often pushes the soil to its limits with single crop planting and heavy synthetic inputs. While this produces short-term gains, it depletes the very foundation plants rely on: healthy, living soil. The Amish, however, follow a rhythm of planting that works with nature instead of against it. They rotate crops in a way that allows the soil to rest, rebuild, and even generate fertility on its own. By understanding the balance between heavy feeders, nitrogen fixers, and soil-building crops, they achieve long-term productivity without relying on chemical crutches. The 3-year rhythm that transforms soil. At the heart of Amish crop rotation is a 3-year cycle that can easily be applied in your own garden. The first stage focuses on growing heavy feeders such as corn, cabbage, or tomatoes, plants that consume large amounts of nutrients. The second stage switches to legumes like beans or peas, which return nitrogen to the soil through their root nodules. The final stage introduces soil-rebuilding crops such as oats, rye, or clover that not only prevent erosion, but also add organic matter back into the ground. By repeating this rhythm, the soil is never left barren or stripped of life. Instead, it grows richer with every season. At the heart of Amish crop rotation is a 3-year cycle that can easily be applied in your own garden. The first stage focuses on growing heavy feeders such as corn, cabbage, or tomatoes, plants that consume large amounts of nutrients. The second stage switches to legumes like beans or peas, which return nitrogen to the soil through their root nodules. The final stage introduces soil-rebuilding crops such as oats, rye, or clover that not only prevent erosion but also add organic matter back into the ground. By repeating this rhythm, the soil is never left barren or stripped of life. Instead, it grows richer with every season. One of the Amish secrets lies in their use of cover crops, often referred to as green manure. Instead of leaving fields empty after harvest, they sow fast-growing plants like clover, vetch, or rye. These crops work silently, pulling nutrients from deep in the ground and fixing nitrogen from the air. When the season ends, the cover crops are cut and turned into the soil, creating a thick, organic layer that breaks down into natural fertilizer. For gardeners, this means no expensive soil amendments, just a living blanket that restores fertility while protecting against weeds and erosion. Alongside rotation, the Amish also rely on a simple but powerful natural fertilizer blend. This mix combines manure, wood ash, and water in precise amounts to create a nutrient-dense liquid feed. To make it at home, take 10 pounds of well-aged manure, mix it with 2 pounds of sifted wood ash, and dilute the blend in 5 gallons of water. Stir thoroughly and let it steep for 2 days before applying directly to the base of your crops. This formula balances nitrogen, potassium, and trace minerals, providing plants with a slow-release feed that strengthens both roots and foliage. When heavy feeders, legumes, and cover crops are cycled in harmony, the results are dramatic. Soil fertility improves season by season, which means plants don't just survive, they thrive. Corn grows taller, beans set more pods, tomatoes develop richer flavor, and leafy greens resist pests better. Because the soil structure improves with every rotation, water retention also increases, reducing the need for constant irrigation. The Amish consistently report yields that outperform neighboring farms using modern synthetic methods, and it all comes down to this balanced rotation and natural soil feeding. For gardeners, the beauty of this approach is that it requires little investment. Instead of buying chemical fertilizers or fighting pest outbreaks caused by soil imbalance, you are building a self-sustaining system. Each crop naturally prepares the soil for the next. Instead of exhausting the land, you are improving it year by year. Over time, your garden will require fewer outside inputs, saving both money and labor while producing healthier, more nutrient-rich food for your table. Alright, let's talk about how you can start applying Amish wisdom to your own garden. First, begin by dividing your garden into at least 3 sections. Dedicate one area to heavy feeders like squash, tomatoes, or brassicas. The second section should host legumes such as beans, peas, or lentils. The third is for soil builders like oats, rye, or clover. Each season, remember to rotate the groups so that no section grows the same type of crop 2 years in a row. And hey, if space is limited, even small raised beds can follow this principle by cycling crops through containers or designated areas. Make sure to add the natural fertilizer mix once per season to give your crops an extra boost, and always finish with a cover crop before winter sets in. The longer you follow this system, the more your soil transforms. Earthworms multiply, microbial activity really flourishes, and nutrients start to cycle naturally without getting depleted. Instead of constantly worrying about what to add to the soil, you begin to trust the system itself. This, honestly, is the true Amish secret. The soil becomes your greatest partner, working harder each year to reward your efforts with abundant harvests. In a world where agriculture is dominated by chemicals and speed, the Amish remind us that patience and a steady rhythm with nature create far more sustainable rewards. Their rotation methods aren't just a relic of the past but actually a blueprint for the future. By applying their wisdom in your own backyard, you not only double your harvests, but also build soil that will continue to feed your family for generations to come. If your garden has been leaving you frustrated or your soil feels weaker each year, now is the time to change direction. The Amish crop rotation method offers a proven natural path to richer soil, healthier plants, and bigger harvests, all without dependency on chemicals. Start small, stay consistent, and watch as your garden transforms season by season into a thriving, self-sustaining ecosystem. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to Crop Corner for more time-tested gardening secrets and share this video with a friend who wants to grow better food. Together, we can bring back the kind of gardening that truly works with nature, not against it.